Okay, good morning, everybody. 21st of September, and it's 4 in the morning Pacific time. I want to give you guys a quick morning outlook. And just to start off today, I don't think it's going to be a big day unless something unusual happens. It's Friday. We may get some wiggles early, but I think the moves happened on Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday in terms of crashing it down overnight, and then this ramp job we had yesterday. I was telling you guys, I said it looked like it's going to move higher. There was a nice cup and handle forming. I think we have another 10 points on this. I don't think we get this today, but probably before the Fed meeting on Tuesday, I think we're gonna break the 29.55 area. And if you look at our magic channel here, that kind of is guiding me at the moment. We're above midpoint. Range is really tight, and I don't know what expected. These range usually expand. Remember I was telling you yesterday that on Wednesday they expanded it down and ramped it, and yesterday they expanded it up and they just kept going. And so, for us putting the trade on, and using our signals, is that, you wouldn't have took the first trade until right here. And once you took that trade, you'd have been out here, and that would have been about 6 points. And then we're already going into end of Europe, and that would have been it. So, you look at this like, wow, 20-point day. I was going to make a whole lot of money. Well, a lot of it happened overnight. And then we had this grind, which, trading after Europe closes is recommended only if the market is down and below VWAP. Then you're looking for that ramp into VWAP. But most times it comes back into VWAP. And I think that's what caught a lot of traders off, is that it usually comes back in, and it just was on autopilot. I'd never seen anything like it. It was literally, I was watching it on the 1 minute chart, and it was every 15 minutes it would move up a quarter point. It was robotic. I haven't seen that in a long time. I shouldn't say never. These moves happen, I think, towards the end, is that the robots now are on a mission, people giving them a target, and they're going to grind people out until they're out of the trade. So anyway, if you want to get our software, it makes money nearly every day trading the futures. And also we have signals for the stock market, which I'll get to in a second. And that sale ends on tomorrow night, Saturday night. Really good deal, good stuff. You get in the room, you can even get consulting with us. Really help you guys really learn how to trade some of the whys and wherefores. And once you have this software, it's yours, and you can also get access to the trading room for a year. So let me know. Now let's go back into so we looked at that. I'm looking at the other markets. Gold looks like it's getting hit a little bit. I'm gonna jump into that here real quick. So we'll talk marijuana stocks in a second, but if we go to futures here, it's the only one I really want to talk about is gold. And so we're going to go into the meeting with the Fed on Tuesday. Our signals are still saying buy, but it's breaking. This is the 18 moving average. I put up there just for visualization purposes. And we're getting a stochastic rollover, money flow rollover. So I think they're going to try to beat this thing down. That's not the important part. You always see that. What's going to be important is how it reacts. But definitely if it gets down to the bottom of this channel, we should be really interested in it. But other than that, we're in the chop zone. And then going into some of the trades that we had going on, we pulled our profit on AG. Reason why I did it was busting above the channel, so I was already moving my stop up, and then the dollar was down yesterday, and then AG started to sell off. I just got out. I've seen this before, and I've been lazy before, and it has cost me money. So I wasn't going to just wait for it to hit my stop. I just bailed out on it. And then I also had FCX, and I did the same thing. Okay, it poked above its thing. I set a stop up at 1450, took profit on it. So it's kind of where we are right now. And then the only thing I have going is I had a spread on with SPY. It was a put spread that I started with a put, and then as soon as that reversal happened on Tuesday, I flipped it to a credit spread. Let me get to SPY here. And now because of I closed that spread yesterday. I just have the put on, and I'm gonna put that spread back on today because we had this is the drop that you get for the dividend, ex-dividend for SPY, and so I'm gonna put that back on and then carry that through. My put expires on Monday, and I'm likely to extend it out. At this point now, we're gonna get a move down, and then I'm gonna keep writing it as a credit spread until we get a change of direction. But when things break these channels, it's very interesting to me. I think we have another impulse higher, but you know, that could not happen. But that's usually a good bet. It did it over here too. This has already changed, but we had a move like that before, it broke, and then this is what was the result of it. So you can get some really nice moves down, and so I'm looking for an impulse, and we can impulse to like the 5th of October when nobody can do the buy back their shares. So then I think it ends it, and then we're gonna have a month before the election, and I think things are just gonna get absolutely zany, and I think people are gonna pull in their horns. At least that's smart. I mean, that's what I'm at right now. I mean, I'm like 95% cash. I've seen this before, and I do not want to be fully invested. And I've been telling people who will listen to me, trim the sails, because you know, you may get a 5 to 10% move higher, but when this thing ends, it's going to be 40 to 50% lower, and you know that means 100% to recover your money, which will be extremely difficult, especially if you're older. Okay, so now I want to talk about the crazy marijuana stocks, because I think it's interesting. Oh, sorry, I'm going to do one more thing here too, because we're so happy about this. So we caught this Bitcoin move, okay, and we had a buy on it at 63.50. We got tagged, and now this thing shot up, and you know, my theory on this is that the marijuana stocks are dumping, so the millennials are flipping back into Bitcoin from marijuana. I mean, I just, when I heard that these guys are chasing these stocks, we have a Momo clan right now. I think they move right back into Bitcoin again. So, but it's also, we've had options expiration, so I could just be deluding myself. But make no mistake, marijuana stocks started to falter. You started seeing a bid under Bitcoin again, and not just Bitcoin, the altcoins starting to move too. So Phil will talk more about that. But we had the buy, and then if you're listening to me and you're a subscriber, move your stops up until Phil gives you some other. But for me, I'm moving my stop up to at least to this line right here, and then just see where it goes, and then keep pushing it up each candle. Or if Phil gives me some other advice, he trades the cryptos. I follow his advice on the cryptos. He's a witch with this stuff. He's pretty damn good. Okay, so let's go talk the. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. So one thing I don't like about TradingView is my other software. I have big watch lists. Here I have to break them apart. They tend to only give you so many. So here's a Tilray, and this is broken parabola. I've been talking about this for a couple days. The reason I'm excited about it is very, very rare you get an opportunity to have an oversized move. and I think that's what's going to happen here. There's a lot of people got caught. So, and this looks a lot like the silver chart of 2011 in a sense that you had this spike higher, and then it crashed down, and then you had the impulse back, and that's crashed down. All right, so people are going to start getting really, really nervous, and the blooms off this rose. And typically, when these things break down, you know, you're going to go back. We're going to go back to probably right about here, minimum, and more likely we're going to go all the way back to the beginning here, probably back down to 22. This company is trading at 100 times sales, and the marijuana stocks. There's nothing inherently IP about it. You know, if Coca-Cola decides to get in this business in the next 2 to 3 years, these guys are gone. They're not going to have to buy them. They just have to throw up some greenhouses, get in the business, splash around some lobbying money, and voila. All these guys are gone except for Coca-Cola. And make no mistake, it's going to happen. This is too lucrative a business for the big boys not to get involved, and they don't have to buy their way in. They can grow their way in, pardon the pun. So what I did was I took a position in marijuana MJ, the marijuana ETF, and I bought October puts. So I bought the 35s, and my view is I think it's going to go down to 28, and if not lower. But I don't have to necessarily wait for that. As soon as it starts to fall, the put options are going to expand in price, and I'll be able to take profit at any point I feel comfortable doing so. But we're in now, and this ETF reflects everybody else, and so you have the push, the parabola broken, retest not working, and some of the other marijuana stocks aren't falling as hard, but I'm expecting this thing to come right back down to here, and then from there we'll make a decision. But I think it's a good trade, and if you want to be more aggressive, I didn't want to be too close to the money. It was too much. There was just too much premium in there, and so over 2 days I bought my way in on just setting some limits so I can catch any spike to buy a little bit cheaper. But I'm in the door now, and I recommended it actually yesterday at $2 for people, and I have to check this morning, but I think it's over that, or just about right there. I think 190, 195. So it's still a good time to get back into it. Anything else? I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. I'm not even going to trade today. I have some training I'm going to do and take care of some things around the house, but I'm just going to watch today, and then probably same on Monday. I'm only going to screw around with my credit spreads, and then I'm pretty much done. And same with Monday. This meeting on Tuesday is going to be huge, and it's really going to be what he says. We know he's going to raise interest rates. It's really what he's going to say that's going to be important, and I think that's going to set the stage for the next 2 months, at least till the election. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble here in the morning, and put some comments in there. Let me know if there's anything you want me to follow, and look for opportunities for you guys before the market. I kind of like doing this before versus after. Hopefully it's more actionable for you guys. So let me know what you want me to follow, and I'll be happy to give you my thoughts. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.